because the legs are quite achy, but I'm walking fast as rain. I've got kettlebells to do tonight, so I'm sure I'll be fine. I've got something to just get off my chest, and it's only my opinion of I saw something yesterday, and I've seen this a little bit with this person quite a few times, and I'm not going to say the name because I have spoken on this person before, because I used to watch this person a while ago, and another person I used to watch, and all I'll say is red hair, that's it, because I don't need to be pulling people's names out because that's not what I do. Fine, and you'll know who it is if you've ever watched this person. And recently, there's two. There's one that I used to watch that I don't really watch now, but I like her content, and another one I used to watch ages ago. We didn't knew each other, but I stopped watching a while back because she was very one-sided on things, and like sort of, what would you say, spiritual teacher sort of thing, card reader, but to me was always looking at Google, I know what Google's a part of, and stuff like that to get reference on the people she'd be doing a reading for, which she'd show you and then do a card reading. And I just used to sit there and think, do these people actually research? Because most of it is like mainstream media crap, so that's what used to like rile me up, but I'll explain in a minute. But yeah, anyway, the other day, just having a bit of a chat while I was at work. Like I said, it's just my opinion on things. Now, I know it's not about dividing, it's about uniting, because obviously we are all uniting all over the world with the truth and things. There's so much information out there, that's why people get confused. People fall off things because there's too much, and there's more information coming out daily. I mean, everything going on with the Ukraine, Poland, Russia thing at the minute is a joke. I don't mean a joke as in it's not happened or whatever. I'm just saying, blaming it on Russia. They're saying it's probably the Ukraine. They're saying it's not. Then they're saying it's an accident, but we know all that's bullshit because of what's just happened with, I will say, President Trump. Still as a president asking for candidates, you know, saying he's going for candidacy. I can't say that name, that word right, for President of the United States. I was so excited yesterday, I still am. He didn't say running because what people have got to get in their head is he doesn't have to run because he already is the president. And what's going on in, where is it? I keep saying Barbados, it's not Barbados. In Brazil, you know, they've just found out that they've had the election stolen, this, that and the other. This is all the movie playing out, because when it gets back over here, they're going to look into it because it's happening in America as well. They'll look into it, everything will get shown, and the truth will be seen, so don't worry about it. Part of the plan, and it's done the way it is. People should know that by now, if you're not understanding what's going on. But if it comes from another country first, they start looking into it, because we know it happens in every country. But anyway, I'm not really talking about that. It was just because this woman, who has a quite big following on the channel, and I mean big because she, I would say, uses the internet to sell a lot of the stuff, spiritual stuff, which is fine, but I think there's a responsibility, because yesterday I got a bit triggered. We're all getting triggered left, right and centre. It's a good thing as well, but I'd seen that she was friends with this other lady that I used to watch. Not so much now, because a lot of us have dropped off watching stuff because we can see it playing out, plain as day. So she put a picture up, it's on Instagram, and I was like, oh, I didn't know she knew her. But I was a bit surprised, and she was saying something about, I can't remember what it was that I saw, and I went in and said, well, that's funny because you don't like Mr. T, because the other person's into Mr. T, she's not. Fair enough, because she was saying, she did actually text me back and said she's friends with this other person. Like I said, I'm not going to say the name because I don't need to, and they don't always agree on everything, But the friends, and I thought, well, yeah, I get that, because I've got a best friend who's not into anything I'm into, is on the other side of what I talk about, even with what's been happening in the last few years with what they've been telling me to have, this, that, and the other. She has, I haven't. We're still best friends. But the point being is, I think when you've got a channel on YouTube and anywhere else, and it's quite a big one with a lot of following, and I'd say more or less, that's just my opinion, I think you have a responsibility to, when you're looking at information, dig deep on both sides, put both sides out, and sort of read off that. But she never has done. She's always backed, just let's say, she's always backed the left, she's always backed, and we just have to label it because otherwise we wouldn't understand. She's always backed the Democrats. She's from the UK, because when she did a reading, when Biden got in with Kamala Harris, she did a reading on them, and she was saying how fantastic Biden was going to be, blah blah blah, and how extra special Kamala Harris was going to be, because she's a woman as well. And I just thought, oh my God, because you look at her now, she's a joke, she laughs at everything. We all know what Biden is. It's not even him anyway. And she was going to do, this is my point, she was going to do a reading on Trump as well, because obviously, you know, it's Trump versus Biden. And then all of a sudden she didn't want to do it. And she got dead disgruntled. Her energy came across as dead, like, frustrated. And I've seen her like that every time she mentions him. So I proceeded to say then, it's not really a fair reading, is it? Because all of a sudden you didn't have time to do Trump. It's like, you wanted to do them, but you didn't do them. You know, you weren't giving that to her viewers. And I'm sure she said something about, she didn't want to do it because, I can't remember what it was. I thought, she did, in my opinion, she didn't want to do it because most of her followers who buy things off her are on the other side. If she started talking about, you know, the good things of Trump, you probably wouldn't, you know what I mean, you probably drop off. And I think she uses that as a livelihood. So anyway, fast forward to yesterday, she put this picture up, and she said something, and I said something about Trump again. I said, well, you've never liked him anyway, because you always look very frustrated when you talk about him. And she said, she actually came back to it, I didn't think she would, and she texted me and said, no, it's not because I don't like him. I can't remember what she said, something or other. You know, I have different opinions to this other person that's on YouTube, but we're friends. I said, yeah, but, you know, to me the point being is, when you've got that many people subscribing, because she said it doesn't matter about the truth of what she thinks. I can't remember what else she said after that. And I thought, well, it does, because you've got a platform with a lot of people on it, thousands and thousands, could up to 40,000, I'm not sure. And what you're putting out is bullshit. As in, you're not doing it equally, because what happened about 3 weeks ago is she redid a reading, and this time she put, hi Patricia, she did the reading on Trump. So I thought, I'm going to listen to it because it popped up on YouTube. Like I said, I don't normally watch it, but I thought, oh, see what she says this time. Well, she started doing a reading on him, her face started scrunching up, she started getting frustrated. That's how it looked to me, because I said to her, when I watch your energy, you get dead frustrated. So she's doing this reading, she's pulling her face, she starts going on about how justice is going to be done, he's going to be arrested, probably because she's heard people saying that when we've said who would be the first one to get arrested. It wouldn't matter anyway if it wasn't, because everything would get seen, so we weren't bothered. So hang on a minute. Yeah, so she started saying, she started getting frustrated, and people aren't probably thinking I'm that. We've got 3 of us, but yeah. started getting frustrated when she was doing his cards, and she started saying how justice would be done and he'd be getting arrested and all this. And then she said he's really tired. It's like he's got the weight of the shoulder on his, the weight of the world on his shoulders, which got, well, yeah, a little bit more than you know. And then she started saying how he's got this energy like he's going to give up. Now, this was 3 weeks ago. I wanted to laugh because what did he just announce yesterday? He's not tired. I mean, who are you talking about? Biden's tired. Biden doesn't know what day it is. Biden falls upstairs, not downstairs. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I'm trying to say about people who are siding? She says she's not siding on one side, but she is. But she can't even, she's going on about her predictions. Well, the predictions were wrong because he's full of energy for his age. He did his announcement yesterday. We all knew on the lines of what he was going to say. He's not sick, he's not got no energy. And then I went back and listened again. Hi Ricardo, I went back and listened again because she did a reading on Kamala Harris again and Biden again, which I didn't see because I just wanted to see what she said about Trump, seeing as she reckons she's not on either side, but she is. I mean, she's on the Democrat side, I'd say. So she started doing a reading about Biden, and it's saying about like how ill he is at the minute and all that. We know that isn't him. We know what's going on there. So she was waffling on about him. Then she was saying about Kamala Harris and how what such a a lotus flower she is. And it spat my tea out. I said in the comments, as I got triggered, I said, Kamala Harris is a laughing hyena. She laughs at everything. Because she was going on about, she wouldn't be surprised if she got in to be, president lady. I was like, what? And then all of a sudden her face started going again and she started finishing the reading on Biden, saying she got devil energy but she couldn't understand it, and Metatron told her to carry on, but she couldn't because the energy was bad. And I went, Biden, devil energy, yeah, that's about right. But what I was trying to say to her was, she says she's not on either side, yet she always backs for that side in the videos that she does. She seems to forget. And she never really she doesn't have to like Trump, but she's never put him in a good light. So she reckons, predictions are wrong because she also said, that was it. Oh, my predictions were right because I told you Biden was going to win the House. When he was president, he's not president, we know Trump is, but how they got him in. And she said, there's lots of people out there who think it was stolen. Well, I'm telling you it's not, and that's your problem. And I thought, this woman is so wrong. And this is where I say these people do not do the research properly. I think they're just Googling everything. They're not looking into anything. Honest to God, Trump derangement syndrome, cognitive dissonance, it's best. Because I think she sees herself as a highly spiritual teacher on YouTube. Like I said, because she's got over 40,000, I think, subs. Which doesn't mean anything anyway, but I'm saying there's a responsibility of the information you're putting out. If you're calling yourself a sort of, I don't think she calls herself a truthing channel, but she does put stuff out there saying that, the guides are talking to her and they've said this, and I'm thinking, oh my god. So I did get a bit triggered. Like I said, it's only my opinion, but like I said, red hair, I'm not saying the name, it's not the red hair lady that I like, there's two, but I was just dead surprised because I've said it never came across in your energy that you've ever liked Mr. T. Not that you have to, but she never does a fair reading on him. So she reckons he's going to prison. That's what she said 3 weeks ago. Not going to prison, so he'll probably get arrested. Justice will be done. And all this. And then yesterday, or the day before, sorry, because it's UK time, Trump announces what he announces, so she was wrong. And I only think that because I think if there's so many people following you, and the truth's coming out left, right and centre and you can't see it, a lot of people who, and this goes for anyone, who may have trusted her are not going to trust her because, the predictions aren't right. Especially with when Biden got in. It's just, she doesn't seem to understand what's going on there. You know, that's all set up. And even ages ago, because she's from the UK, she even said, you know, we needed to stay in the EU, we shouldn't leave. She now she was actually saying good things about Nigel Farage, which is great, but he got us out of a lot of help to get us out of the EU, and he is friends with Trump, so I found that quite funny. But I remember ages ago, in the midst of all that, she wanted us to stay. She said, we're going to stay here. And I was like, we're not, because it's part of the K mafia, if you know what I'm saying, Kazarian mafia, so why would we want to? But yeah, it's like people put videos up, and it's like, they're recorded, you know, so I remember what she said. So it's going to look a bit funny now that Mr. T said he's going for candidacy, sorry I can't say that word, and she was all for like, yeah, he's getting arrested, he's got no energy, and he's about to give up, far from it. So, ran over. But yeah, it's just like, and there's a lot of that going about, they can't see it. And I also said to her, if Trump is heading, why are they letting him in? Well, Brenda, if you're new to my channel, you probably won't know. If you're not new to my channel, you will know. Why do you think they've let Biden carry on? Why do you think they're letting mainstream media carry on? People journalists, people media is what's taken over. Hence why Elon's got Twitter now, and hence why Truth Social is out in the UK now, folks, so you can get that app on your phone. The people are taking over. Biden's up there. It's not for the people who are awake, it's for the people who are asleep. It's all playing out, it's part of the plan. Because you can't tell the people, you've got to show the people. Trump's a true president. Biden's just if you can't tell, he's a joke anyway. To show the people what they think they voted for, because we know it was stolen. To show them what happens, and we can see what happens, destroying America. I mean, this woman I was talking about, bigging Biden up, it's like, oh yeah, we sold this, we sold that. It's like, I don't think so. Everything's gone to shit since he came in. Don't think so when Trump was there. No wars, no ISIS, no inflation, peace in North and South Korea, never done in 75 years. A lot of people forget about that. I'd even forget what they did yesterday. So it's part of a bigger plan. But I'm not here to keep banging on about that plan, because I've gone on about it enough, and if people can't see it, that's up to them. But people have got to understand, because they're always going on about, when's this happening? I can't see this. Why is he there? It's for the people, to show them to wake up. More people have gone and left the Democrat side to go to the Republic, because they might not even like Trump, but they know at the end of the day it's been shit since Biden's been in. So, you know, a lot of people have flipped. We all know it's red status everywhere and what they're doing, and it's like cute holders. Enjoy the show. It's a massive movie playing out for the people to stand up and rise. That's what it's all about. Thank you. I'm not getting you. I was triggered by this person yesterday, but I know a lot of people fall off. Like yesterday in the UK, when we found out Trump was, I don't want to say the word running, because he didn't say that. Some people are like, oh my God, he can't, if he's running, we can't have another 2 years of Biden. And you can't, because it'll go to shit. But like I said, it's part of the plan. I don't think it will go to 2024. I think it's rolling now, because people will fall off. I've seen people say we can't have another 2 years, this is stupid, but it's not. Trump's a real president. Things get seen, they look into it, they realise it was stolen. He is a true president. We all know he's a true president, but it's got to play out the way it's got to play out for people to see. Also, what people forget about, which I was telling someone at work, the main area that they had to sort out first before they do anything of arrests, I don't know, tribunals, anything, is guess what had to be in place. And think back a few years ago, everybody forgets the justice system, because that was corrupt, you know, letting the wrong people out and the right people being put away. Not all the time, but you know, we had Ginsburg and all that. My God, remember Kavanaugh? Why is he? Do you remember all the stuff they did with him? They tried to say he did this and that, and he got in anyway, and we knew he would. to be, what is it, in the High Justice Court thing. I can't remember what you call it over there now, where Ginsburg was. He's in there. People have forgot that. That all had to be in place for what's going to go down. If that wasn't in place, it wouldn't matter who would be arrested. They're not going to be sent away. We're not going to have true justice, because he would have been set free. There would have been whatever, if anyone gets what I'm saying. All that had to be in place, and I will say to people again and again, it's that massive and that big worldwide. They had to go under and do all that first. You can't go after these people, the big ones, the little ones, minions, everything, without having a justice system sorted out first worldwide. And that's why they're shitting themselves now. The media are shitting themselves. We got told years back the media will be the last ones to take them down. Yeah, they will be. But in a way, they're digging themselves their own hole. Now, just said about the missile thing, they're all going, oh, it's this side, it's that side, yeah, it's all, you know what I mean? They're digging themselves their own hole for themselves. More different platforms of people's media, people's journalism are coming out. More people are going to that. I'm having conversations with people at work. I work with Polish people as well. They know it's bullshit. What's going on. That's why I say keep calm and just observe what's going on, because it's theatre for those who are still not awake yet to wake up. And there'll be some still tight in the pockets of not wanting to wake up, but that's up to them at the end of the day. But the justice system and all that has to be in place first. And this is why I said things take time, because what they're doing is, what they've always been doing, is they're doing it within the law. These people that have been in control for a very, very long time have never done anything within the law. When media are putting stuff out there, normally bringing new rules and new things, and when people can't see, because people don't know about the common law properly, you don't see all this, hang on. So, yeah, it's not, people forget that, it's always people who come and say, they can't see this or they can't see that, or they need sorry, I'm trying to cross the road. Things happening in their time, at the time they want, when they want, on the day they want. That's why they try not to do dates on a day they want, and they want to see it the way they want to see it, because then it makes them feel better. It's not about that. It's being done the way the military need to do it, that keep people safer. We are in a war, so yes, you are going to have casualties. And I'm not saying things aren't happening in other countries, it's just the underlying story isn't the truth. I knew as soon as Mr. T announced what he announced, he'd start going on about Russia, because they always do. He did when Hillary was in, blaming that side. What a lot of people don't know is the UK have been at war with Poland for a very long time. They're now trying to say it was the Ukraine, but it was an accident, but then that Zelensky, whatever his name is saying, no, I doubt it, it's probably from Russia. But they would say that, because Putin is in with Trump, and he's against the elites and the New World Order, and he's said it before. So that's why normally whoever's pointing fingers is the one who's doing it. So, this is why I say to people, keep calm. I agree, it's all part of the plan, it's still part of a bigger plan. Yeah, it's still part of a bigger plan. That's why when people go, oh, it's only politics, or Trump's not this and that. Trump's part of the bigger plan. He's not the biggest plan, but he is part of the plan. It's very, very big. He is part of the bigger picture. We all are. It's like a jigsaw pieces, and we're all a little piece of that jigsaw, but when we put that jigsaw together, it's a massive picture. So this is why I said, the person I was talking about at the beginning of my walk, there's a responsibility of what you're putting out. If you're only putting one side out, saying that you don't take sides, but yet you do because your videos don't say that, and that's why I said, I'm sorry, I'm not supporting anyone who doesn't research properly, who hasn't seen Biden going around sniffing children's hair. He still does, and stuff like that. And these spiritual so-called teachers who turn a blind eye. I said, I'm not into it. We were not saying, oh, we're into 5D. This isn't happening. It is happening. And by the way, we're still in our physical vessel. and that is part of the plan. The biggest thing that they use, and the biggest thing why this plan was put together, was to save the children and to save the future of our children's children, which all mixes in with the same thing. So when you've got people backing people, you know, it's like the same people who are asking for amnesty now. I don't think so. You're not getting people they can sort of forget. Some people might not forgive, some people will forgive, but they're never going to forget. These people who've done these things, you're not going to get amnesty. You're going down. You're getting sent away. You will do your time. And that's why I said, that's why the justice system in the background has been being worked on. That's why they got Kavin in the Supreme Court, so that's the word, if you all remember. People forget half of the stuff that's gone on in the meantime because they got so caught up in lockdown. People should have been researching in lockdown, but like I said, I'm not saying who this person is, but when they were doing the readings, thinking they were a smart aleck, saying, you know, ooh, I told you my prediction was right when Biden got in. People are saying it's stolen. Well, it's not stolen. It's like, you're going to have a big shock. You're going to have a big shock, but there you go. And then she sort of said to me, you know, you do you. I hate this. Love and light. I'm sending you a lot of love. It's like, really? That's a bit patronising. She doesn't know who I am, because this was on Instagram. She was texting, not YouTube. She doesn't know what I've researched on, and many other people. So to say that's very patronising. I did say to her, I wish her well, because it's not like I hate the person. It's just, I think when you have that many subscribers, you have a responsibility to do your research properly. You know, when I consult my cards, it's normally on the energy off, but like I said, she said 3 weeks ago, Trump was weak and, you know, he didn't want to carry on. That was the energy she was getting. Oh, right, okay. He's not carrying on, but he's just announced what he's announced. You know, and Kamala Harris is a lotus flower. I don't think she is. It's like, do these people, they're reading cards, but do they actually go and look at any videos or anything of them talking or doing anything? Because I know there's a lot of people who go, oh, I don't watch anything because I don't want to get like caught up in the energy of what other people are putting out. It's like, yeah, but you've got to do your, what's the word, your due diligence. You can still find videos, not that people are talking about, but go and sort of do the research on the people you're talking about, which she did do a bit where she googled Biden's background. I'm like, oh my god. But you know what I mean? My opinion anyway. Yeah, like Stephanie said, is it Stephanie? Can't see her there. Is it Sapphire? Sorry, I'm walking. It's all out there for people to see if they're looking. It is, and that's why we say it's not really our job to do this anymore, because it's been out there as plain as day in people's faces. There's been that much information given. I know there's a lot, and I know there's a lot of bullshit as well, and people getting confused, but it's like, to me, if you've got like a quite big following, you're not really doing people on your show justice. But then again, there's a lot of people out there who don't want to hear the truth. They don't want to have the bubble burst, and that's what I have a problem with, because I think, what is it, all love and light, and you don't want to hear the dark side. We've all heard and seen the dark side, but we all got through it. So anyway, I'm going to go because I'm at work. I might finish this off tonight because I was just rambling, getting it out of my system. But like I said, it's all a show. Keep calm and I'll see you soon. Bye. Oh. Yeah, some don't want to see, but they're going to abruptly.